bum, 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 bum. Welcome back to Channel Something News.
It's Channel 6 News?
Well, everyone's Channel 6 News. Also, my TV says Channel 20. It's different on every TV.
We're rolling, David.
Alright. Today on Channel Something News, we're talking about the European crisis sweeping the nation.
That's right. The biggest story is the bubonic plague. In 1347, 12 ships dropped anchor at the Sicilian port, with the people there greeted by a horrific sight.
The entire crew was dead, with black bulges everywhere, oozing pus and blood. The very few alive were on the brink of death. The people there told them to leave, but what's done is done.
Everyone was terrified for two reasons. First, the fact that they're all dead, and that the rumors about some devastating disease was true.
There were rumors about a disease consuming China, India, Egypt, Persia, and Syria.
The disease was also following the trade routes that the ships take. Now to you, James. Tell us, what's happening on the ground?
Well, Jessica, it's very somber and frightening down here. The symptoms of the disease show swelling in the armpits and pelvic area that can grow to the size of blue eggs or apples. The swelled bumps ooze bodily fluids. The sick also get fever, pain, chills, sweating, upset stomach, diarrhea, black hands and feet, and they're coughing up blood. Once you get the plague, you have an extremely high chance of death. So many people have died that the roads are paved, and corpses and the grave diggers that may have buried them have died too. So many have died that the plague has turned villages into ghost towns. Some of the remote towns deep in the forests might be lost or remain hidden for years because of overgrowth. It is so contagious and spreads through someone touching your clothes, physical contact, and is believed to have become airborne. They're also going to have a bonfire soon to burn the mountain of corpses growing by the day. But please let me leave. I'm devastated. I don't feel well, and I am so scared. Back to you, Jessica.
Wow, you're funny, James.
Now onto a civilian named Lee.
You're all wrong! The disease is spreading through the dead spirits of those who died from the disease, giving it back to those who walk in its path.
Shut up, old man!
You can't silence me! The earth is flat!
Crazy old man. Sadly, nobody knows how the disease works, since it's medieval times. The disease is so feared, doctors wouldn't see patients out of fear of getting the plague, and priests didn't try to do their religious magic to cure people for the same reason. Truly, dark times.
Even worse, no city was safe. Every town was hit. You might be fine one day, and then a few days later, bam, you're sick. You also can't isolate yourself because you might have it already and don't know until it's too late.
Countless people fled to go to the countryside to find nothing but carnage upon the livestock. 25 million people died, or 30% of the European population. But the plague has more kills if you include the Plague of London, which found the bubonic plague guilty for 70,000 dead.
The global estimated dead was 155 to 200 million. The population at the time was 500 million. I was just told that our scientists have discovered the culprit behind the plague. It is the Yersinia pestis, a type of bacteria.
The urban rat and its fleas are big culprits for spreading it. Many people with the plague also have flea bites.
There was a rat fall, or where many rats died in record amounts in 1346, 1 year before the ship set anchor at the Sicilian port. And those ships were infested with rats. This is important because the fleas could have left the dead rats and went to humans as their next source for blood.
Well, go to our top conspiracy theorist, Alex J.
Thank you, David.
No, thank you.
Well, anthrax is a disease that could have been around during the Black Death, making everything worse. If anthrax was around during the Black Death, it could have weakened the immune system of many, leaving them vulnerable to the Black Death.
Does this relate to the fact that only 0.2% of people had a gene that gave them any form of immunity?
I don't know, but this could help explain why so many people got sick and why it took 200 years after the Black Death to rebuild the population back to its former population.
We already know why all that happened.
Well, the biggest mystery that still remains is how the Black Plague was stopped, since effective medicine wasn't a thing at the time.
That's true.
It's not like rubbing onions, herbs, or a chopped snake on the boils, or cutting up a pigeon and rubbing on the infected. Drinking vinegar, eating crushed minerals, arsenic, mercury, or even 10-year-old treacle would work.
Well, good night, and this is Channel Something News.
Channel 6 News.
Wait, we're done our...